The golden retriever's pink tongue swept gently across the tiny black cub's face, cleaning away the remnants of formula from its whiskers. Nobody at the Riverside Wildlife Sanctuary could believe what they were witnessing. Bella, a 3-year-old golden retriever who had recently lost her own puppies, had adopted 3 orphaned black panther cubs as her own. The cubs, no bigger than house cats, mewled and pressed their bodies against her warm fur, kneading with their tiny paws as they nursed. It was a bond that defied nature itself, and it would change everything. The sanctuary director, Robert Thompson, had brought the cubs in after their mother was killed by poachers in the Florida wetlands. At just 2 weeks old, the cubs, later named Shadow, Midnight, and Storm, needed constant care, warmth, and most importantly, a mother's love. Traditional hand-rearing often left big cats with behavioral problems, making them difficult to rehabilitate. But Bella seemed to understand what these babies needed in ways no human could replicate. Every morning, visitors would gather at the special viewing area to watch this impossible family. Bella would groom each cub meticulously, her gentle nature never wavering even as their claws grew sharper and their play fights became rougher. She taught them things only a mother could: patience, boundaries, and unconditional love. The cubs would pile on top of her, purring like oversized house cats, while she patiently endured their weight. When Storm got too rough with his siblings, Bella would softly nip his ear, correcting him with the same tenderness she would have shown her own puppies. Months passed. The cubs grew rapidly, their sleek black coats glistening in the sun, their muscles developing into the powerful frames of apex predators. By 6 months, they towered over Bella, their paws as large as her head. The sanctuary staff began preparing for the inevitable, the day when the panthers would need to be separated from their adoptive mother for everyone's safety. But something remarkable was happening. Despite their size and strength, the 3 panthers remained impossibly gentle with Bella. They had learned her language, understood her limits, and responded to her cues. When she barked, they would immediately stop whatever they were doing and come to her side. When she was tired, they would lie quietly beside her, occasionally grooming her fur with their rough tongues, mimicking the care she had once given them. 2 years passed. Shadow, Midnight, and Storm were now fully grown black panthers, magnificent and powerful. The sanctuary had built them an expansive habitat with climbing structures, pools, and dense vegetation. But every day, without fail, Bella would visit her boys. The staff had tried separating them completely, worried about the danger, but Bella would howl and pace by the habitat fence, and the panthers would call back to her with low, mournful growls. Then came the day that proved everything the skeptics wrong. A severe storm damaged several enclosures, and in the chaos, 2 aggressive male cougars from a different section broke through a weakened fence. They were wild-caught animals, hostile and unpredictable, and they headed straight toward the area where Bella often rested near her boys' habitat. Staff members scrambled to secure the area, but the cougars were fast, driven by territorial aggression. Bella, sleeping peacefully in the afternoon sun, didn't hear them approaching, but Shadow did. The Black Panther's roar shattered the air, a sound so powerful it vibrated through the ground. Midnight and Storm immediately joined in, their combined voices a warning that echoed across the entire sanctuary. Before the cougars could reach Bella, all 3 panthers scaled their fence with breathtaking speed and agility, placing themselves between the threats and their mother. The cougars froze, confronted by 3 massive black panthers standing shoulder to shoulder, their eyes blazing with protective fury. Shadow took a step forward, his body language clear. "Come any closer and face all 3 of us." The cougars, recognizing they were outmatched, backed away slowly before turning and fleeing. Security teams arrived moments later to secure the loose animals, but the danger had already passed. Bella stood up, trotted over to her boys, and began nuzzling each of them, licking their faces and pressing her head against their powerful chests. Shadow, the largest of the three, lowered his massive head and gently licked his ear, just as she had done to him when he was a helpless cub. Midnight rubbed his face against hers, purring so loudly it sounded like distant thunder. Storm lay down and rolled onto his back, exposing his belly to her in the ultimate gesture of trust and submission. The sanctuary visitors who witnessed it stood in stunned silence, many wiping tears from their eyes. This wasn't just about animals helping each other. This was about family, about gratitude, about love that transcends species and instinct. Robert Thompson knew he had witnessed something that would be talked about for generations. These three apex predators, capable of taking down animals twice their size, had risked everything to protect the golden retriever who had given them everything when they had nothing. The bond that began with Bella nuzzling three helpless cubs had grown into something unbreakable. Today, Shadow, Midnight, and Storm remain at the sanctuary as ambassadors for their species, teaching thousands of visitors about the intelligence, emotion, and capacity for connection that exists in all living creatures. And Bella? She still visits her boys every single day, walking into their habitat with the confidence of a mother who knows she'll always be safe with her children. The unthinkable happened, but it wasn't what anyone expected. It was better. If this story touched your heart, smash that like button and subscribe for more incredible stories of animal bonds that defy all odds.